Hello everybody. I made this video to document my customer experience while purchasing a laptop through Dell.com. Go ahead and start with the chat log documentation. The following are chat logs between Dell support and myself prior to purchasing a new laptop. Here, the Dell chat session number 1. The first guy was somewhat helpful. The problem seemed to lie in the checkout. We found the perfect laptop for the budget, but for some reason when we were checking out, it was only available to be shipped to Canada, and they weren't. Dell wasn't able to change that. So we found the perfect laptop for our budget, but then at the end of the call, we weren't able to get it because it was only available on the Canada website. But throughout the chat, this is the first chat session. I just need to point out. I did point out the specifications I needed numerous times before I even purchased a new laptop. And the minimum I needed was Windows 7, i5 processor, speed of 2.5 gigahertz or higher, minimum of 4 gigabytes RAM, minimum of 500 megabytes hard drive, and then, the 17-inch monitor. So we seem to find that, and once again, this laptop was only available on the Canada website. So I had another chat session, and right away I asked if the guy was in the US, not the Canada chat line, so I could get the actual help I needed. But for whatever reason, this guy seemed nervous with my questions and ended the chat very abruptly. I kept telling him I was on chat for a while. The previous guy wasn't very helpful. Right here I mentioned the specifications I need again, and this guy ended the chat. So I attempted to have one more Dell chat. This guy was somewhat helpful, but he still ended the chat on me. So up here at the very beginning, I specified what I need again, specifically 2.5 gigahertz or higher, and no one was very helpful in this department. I pasted links of the laptops I found. Every single time it seemed to be like 95% to check out, and then something happened. So I was just about to check out with this guy, and he's asking if I'm still with him, and I replied yes. And he said, "I'm sorry, but since we're not getting any response from your end, I will be disconnecting the chat in a session in a couple seconds." And that's after I replied yes. So it's about as unprofessional as it gets. At this point is when I called Dell support. The phone support technician was nice to deal with, but he still led me to believe I was buying a 3.1 gigahertz laptop, failing to mention that was the turbo speed, not the continuous speed. So here I am under the impression I'm getting a 3.1 gigahertz laptop. Once the laptop arrived in the mail, I checked the specifications, and notice my laptop was only a 2.0 gigahertz laptop. So here's where I'm going to go over to the screenshots of my orders of when I purchased the laptop. So go into the screenshot documentation here. Now here's the order summary. Here's, even before I purchased, the itemized list was, this was it. So notice the red arrows. Right here where it's highlighted, this is where the Dell technician told me this is the current gigahertz of the laptop. And after my IT guy looked at it, he was like, wow, that was pretty deceptive of Dell, because that's the wrong gigahertz. And then, numerous times I specified that I needed a 2.45 gigahertz or higher. And so this Dell technician, he's like, oh, well, this laptop runs up to 3.1 gigahertz. So this is even better than a 2.4 gigahertz laptop. And after I had my IT guy look at this, he was like, well, that was very deceptive of Dell, because that was the turbo speed, and it maybe runs up to that speed for a second. And what I needed was continuous gigahertz. I'm a software application developer. I need a decent computer, and that was the whole reason why I kept specifying what I needed before I purchased the laptop. And so here I am, thinking I'm getting a really fast laptop, and I check my computer specifications, and it's only 2.0 gigahertz. So I was explaining the difference between 2.0 gigahertz and 2.4 gigahertz is 42%. and Dell was going to try and tell me it's not a big difference at all. So here's the factual proof right here. An i7 with 2.4 gigahertz runs almost, let me look at that, that's damn near 50% faster than the 2.0 gigahertz i7 I got. So anyway, I personally felt Dell was dishonest in this transaction. Kind of felt like we got screwed by a used car salesman. So just wanted to share the chat log and the screenshots with you, because up front, you know, Dell led me to believe I was getting a 3.1 gigahertz laptop, when in reality I got a 2.0 gigahertz laptop. So once again, here's a picture of the screenshot of my order summary, where Dell mentioned I was getting a 2.4 gigahertz laptop, and then it had a turbo speed of 3.1 gigahertz, which he led me to believe that was the continuous speed. So once again, I was under the impression I was getting a very fast laptop, and here we go. The arrow's pointing right at 2.0 gigahertz. That's my actual computer system specifications. So I personally felt Dell was dishonest in this transaction, and led me to believe I was getting a faster laptop than I did. So I just wanted to go ahead and document this, document my customer experience with Dell, and hopefully that I can prevent this from happening again, and future customers don't get ripped off or manipulated. Thank you very much.